Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestant. Winner 1. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Rivet.
Thanks, Johnny. Welcome to Jeopardy, everyone. Good luck to you in the Jeopardy round. For this game, the categories are as follows. This and that. The Founding Fathers. The Elements. Theater Ghosts. Sounds like do, re, mi, etc. And sports terms. Player 1, you start. In September of 1916, during World War I's Battle of the Somme, the British rolled out this new weapon. It's Player 1. Right. Player 1, you pick again, please. Officially adopted in 1919, the Polish flag is made up of red and this color, just like Switzerland's. Okay, Player 1. Good for you. Player 1, choose again. New York City Mayor John V. Lindsay quipped that it enables young ladies to run faster, and because of it, they may have to. Here's the response we were looking for. The miniskirt. Player 1, back to you for our next selection. Shooting this while surfing is riding with part of the wave overhead surrounding you. Here's what we wanted. The curl. Player 1, back to you. Here's Kelly to start us off.
In suburban planning, green space created by curved streets and houses with varying setbacks is called this, also a small sheltered bay.
Here's the response we were looking for. A cove. Player 1, choose again. In early April of 1775, William Dawes, Samuel Prescott, and this man rode to warn patriots to move military stores from Concord. Player 1? Yes. You get to pick again, Player 1. 3 years after writing the Declaration of Independence, he succeeded Patrick Henry as Virginia governor. Yes, Player 1? You got it. Player 1, choose again. On July 3rd, 1776, he wrote to his wife Abigail that the colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states. Let's hear it, Player 1. That is correct. Player 1, you pick again, please. Here's Jimmy. He'll show you.
A 1775 letter from this founding father to the Pennsylvania Journal is thought to have inspired the "Don't Tread on Me" flag.
Let's hear it, Player 1. That's right. Way to go. You again, Player 1. In Public Good, this pamphleteer called for Virginia to cede land needed to form a strong central government. Let's hear it, Player 1. That's correct. Player 1, you pick again, please. Because sound travels 2.7 times faster in this gas than in air, inhaling it makes your voice higher. It's Player 1. Correct. Player 1, you pick again, please. Neon, argon, and radon are among these gases formerly called rare or inert. Let's hear it, Player 1.
Yeah!
Right you are. We return to you, Player 1. Superman knows its atomic number is 36. Yes, Player 1? Good. Please pick again, Player 1. This very hard metal is named for the children of Uranus and Gaia. The correct response is titanium. You get to pick again, player one. Harold Kroto and others found this common element had a new molecular form, the fullerene. Here's what we wanted. Carbon. Player one, back to you for our next selection. Le Petit Théâtre du Vieux Carré in this U.S. city has several ghosts, including that of an actress who fell to her death. Here's the correct response. New Orleans. We return to you, player one. The man in this drab color who haunts the Drury Lane Theater may be the ghost of a man found bricked up in a wall there. Here's the correct response. Gray. Player one, back to you for our next selection. The lady in blue seen in this Scottish city's Royal Lyceum Theatre may be the actress Ellen Terry. Here's what we wanted. Edinburgh. You get to pick again, player one. Kelly will present this clue.
A ghost, known as the Black Phantom, used to appear in a mirror at the Empire Theater in this port city, Ringo Starr's hometown.
The correct response is Liverpool. Select again. Melbourne's Princess Theatre boasts the ghost of a singer who died after playing this devilish role in Faust. Here's what we wanted. Mephistopheles. We return to you, player one. A Katharine Hepburn memoir. Here's what we wanted. Me. Please pick again, player one. It's a long, long way to go to this 20th letter of the Arabic alphabet. We're talking about Fa. We return to you, player one. Bangladesh produces about 60,000 metric tons of this a year. Here's what we wanted. T. Player one, pick again. Answer, the Daily Double. And you're in the lead now. Please enter your wager. Okay, here is the clue. Double talk phrase that followed ooh in the title of a 1973 album by the Faces. That's correct. Please pick again, player one. It's Spanish for sun. Okay, player one. Good. You again, player one. Net, ace, foot fault. Player one. Good. Please pick again, player one. Bunker, wedge, caddie. It's player one. You are correct. You again, player one. Bomb, backfield, blitz. Yes, player one. That's it. Player one. Pick again. All right, here with the clue is Sarah.
Googly, gully, and batsman are terms used in this sport.
Let's hear it, player one. Right. Here's the $1,000 clue for you. Fletch, quiver. Here's what we wanted. Archery. The Double Jeopardy round will begin right after this. Let's see what happens in Double Jeopardy with these categories awaiting the players. Books and authors. Familiar phrases. Colleges and universities. Science time. Oscars wild. And 18th century America. All right, if you're ready, it's Double Jeopardy time. In 2003, Mitch Albom had a #1 bestseller with The 5 People You Meet in Here. Here's what we were looking for. Heaven. Player 1, back to you for our next selection. In 1947, he published his first story collection, Dark Carnival. Fahrenheit 451 came 6 years later. Okay, Player 1. Yes. Player 1, you pick again, please. In Willa Cather's O Pioneers, the heroine, Alexandra Bergson, is of immigrant stock from this country. Here's the correct response. Sweden. Player 1, back to you. In 2007, his book, The Road, earned him a Pulitzer Prize and entry into Oprah's book club. Here's what we were looking for. Cormac McCarthy. You get to pick again, Player 1. Answer? One of the Daily Doubles. You are in first place. How much? All right, here's your clue. James Michener's Centennial centers on a fictional town in this state. Yep. Please pick again, Player 1. Financially, it's the colorful opposite of in the red. Okay, Player 1. The correct response is in the black. Player 1. Pick again. A celebrity charity that auctions off designer outfits to benefit kids is called These Off Our Back. Yes, Player 1? That's not right. Here's the correct response. Clothes. You get to pick again, Player 1. Poet, who gave us You're a Better Man Than I Am, Gunga Din. Here's the correct response. Rudyard Kipling. Player 1, you pick again, please. Slaves once dreaded being sent to the harsh plantations of the lower Mississippi, hence, to sell someone here. Okay, Player 1. Hey, you're right. Player 1, pick again. Originating in 1844's Settlers in Canada, this phrase about rowing a boat means to decide your own fate. Let's hear it, Player 1. No. We're talking about paddle your own canoe. Player 1, pick again. The 735-acre campus of this Baptist school is on the banks of the Brazos River in Waco, Texas. Here's what we wanted. Baylor. Player 1, choose again. One of the most popular organizations at this state university in Louisiana is the Tiger Marching Band, founded in 1926. We're talking about Grambling. You again, Player 1. This college was intended to be the first college within the University of Dublin, but it's still the only one. Here's what we wanted. Trinity College. Player 1, choose again. Charles, not Sonny, was the benefactor of this Medford, Massachusetts University. Here's the response we were looking for. Tufts. Player 1, pick again. Beloit College in this state was founded in 1846, while that state was still a territory. Here's the correct response. Wisconsin. Select again. Let's take it over to Sarah.
Used to date artifacts, this isotope has 6 protons and 8 neutrons in its nucleus.
Here's what we were looking for. Carbon-14. Player 1, choose again. Rubbing a balloon builds up electrons that then attract this particle, from the Greek for first. Okay, Player 1. Right. Player 1, you pick again, please. Darwin defined it as preservation of favorable variations and the rejection of injurious variations. Yes, Player 1? Right. You again, Player 1. In food, iodine reacts with this carbohydrate, also known as amylum. If it's present, the iodine turns a bluish-black color. Here's what we wanted. Starch. Please pick again, Player 1. Below the atmosphere is this sphere, from the Greek for stone. It's Player 1. Yeah! That is correct. Player 1, back to you. We liked her. We really liked her when this actress won for Places in the Heart in 1985. Here's the correct response. Sally Field. Please pick again, Player 1. In 1992, proving he could keep up with the younger crowd, he did one-armed push-ups, accepting his City Slickers Oscar. The correct response is Jack Palance. Player 1, you pick again, please. He's the SNL guy, and you're not, who opened the 1988 show with, "Good evening, Hollywood phonies." He never hosted again. Here's the response we were looking for. Chevy Chase. You again, Player 1. This American Beauty nominee nearly had a pregnant pause at the 2000 show. She was due with her fourth at any moment. Here's the correct response. Annette Bening. Player 1, choose again. Answer. The second Daily Double, and you're in the lead now. So, what's your wager? And the Daily Double clue. Disney sued the Academy for unflattering use of this character after a 1989 duet with her and Rob Lowe. Here's the correct response. Snow White. Player 1, pick again. Born in 1752, she was trained as an upholsterer and could make and repair curtains, bed covers, rugs, and even umbrellas. Here's what we wanted. Betsy Ross. Player 1, you pick again, please. Let's go to the Clue Crew for this next clue.
After leaving the presidency in 1797, George Washington retired to this Virginia estate.
It's Player 1. Right.
Yeah! Woo!
Select again. In April of 1777, Congress made this pamphleteer Secretary to the Committee on Foreign Affairs. Player 1?
Yeah!
Please pick again, Player 1. Samuel Slater settled in Rhode Island and built America's first successful cotton spinning machines driven by this power. Here's the response we were looking for. Water power. Here's the $2,000 clue. From May to November of 1763, Chief Pontiac tried to drive the British from this city, now the biggest in its state. Here's the correct response. Detroit. Good game. I'll see you for Final Jeopardy in a moment. Here's the Final Jeopardy category. 19th century names. Please enter your wager. This is a good category. Here's the clue for you. He got the name by which he's best known because Mexican victims of his attacks would cry out in terror to St. Jerome. And your response? How much do you add to your total with that correct response? Player one, congratulations to you. We'll see you next time.
This is Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestant. Player one. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Brevet.
Thanks, Johnny. Welcome to Jeopardy, everyone. Good luck to you in the Jeopardy round. For this game, the categories are as follows. Missing links. Eat well. Who's your daddy? Animals. Pulp Fiction. And Ancient History, 2006. Player one, you're in command of the board as we continue right now. Write up your blank oop. Let's hear it, player one. That's right. Way to go. We return to you, player one. Hi-oh blank wedding anniversary. Okay, player one. That's it. Player one, you pick again, please. Break the blank of America. Let's hear it, player one. You got it. We return to you, player one. Fall by the blank in. Let's hear it, player one. Hey, you're right. Select again. News blank photography. Okay, player one. That's correct. Player one, pick again. Eat a salad with this vegetable that can be classified as butterhead, crisp head, leaf, or romaine. It's player one. That is correct. Player one, back to you. Some of the recommended whole types of this food pyramid product are quinoa, millet, sorghum, and barley. It's player one. You are correct. Please pick again, player one. Among legumes, a good source of protein are peas and this type of seed, such as the pinto, white, or black variety. Okay, player one. Good. Player one, choose again. Let's go over to Kelly.
Seen here is the hobo sign, meaning that this staple of life is available ahead.
Player one. Good. Player one, back to you for our next selection. If you want to go nuts, eat this nut native to Brazil and taken to Asia by Portuguese missionaries. Let's hear it, player one.
Hey, you're right.
Player one, you pick again, please. 24-star Kiefer. Let's hear it, player one. Right. You get to pick again, player one. Actress Jamie Lee. It's player one. That's correct. Player one, you pick again, please. International pop star Enrique. Let's hear it, player one. Good. Player one, pick again. Boxer turned dancer Lila. Let's hear it, player one. Yep. Player one, choose again. Emmy and Tony Award-winning actress Amanda. Okay, player one. You are correct. You get to pick again, player one. Here's Kelly, she'll show you.
1 in every 6 known bird species makes its home in this rainforest.
Okay, player one. That's right, way to go. Player one, back to you. Sputniks 5, 6, 9, and 10 carried these animals into space. It's player one. Correct. Select again. Got one of these odorous animals, also known as a polecat, as a pet? Call your Humane Society to make sure it's legal. It's player one. You got it. Player one. Pick again. Critters of the Pleistocene epoch include the mammoth and this breast-tooth relative. Yes, player one. That is correct. Please pick again, player one. Dachs, as in Dachshund, is German for this burrowing animal. Let's hear it, player one. Correct. We return to you, player one. Black Star was created by Johnston McCulley, most famous for this hero, the best he ever created. Okay, player one. That's it. You again, player one. All Story Magazine's October 1912 issue featured this hero in A Romance of the Jungle. Player one. Right. You again, player one. First serialized in Black Mask, the Maltese Falcon introduced the world to this detective. Okay, player one.
Hey, you're right.
Player one, choose again. Friedrich Schiller Faust wasn't a big name in this genre, but his pen name of Max Brand was. Yes, player one? Correct. Player one, choose again. Under the name Maxwell Grant, Walter P. Gibson wrote about this pulp hero who knew where evil lurked. Okay, player one? Good. Player one, choose again. In February, he shot Harry Whittington, not his intended target. Let's hear it, player one. Yes. Select again. Discovery and this legendary space shuttle went aloft. It's player one. Yep. We return to you, player one. Answer, the Daily Double. And you have the lead. How much? Here is your clue. In November, an Andy Warhol work depicting this Asian leader sold for more than $17 million. That's right. Way to go. Player one, back to you for our next selection. This famous American passed away the day after Christmas at the age of 93. Player one?
Yeah!
That is correct. Let's have a look at the $1,000 clue. He led the French team to the finals of soccer's World Cup, only to be ejected after headbutting an Italian player. Player one? You got it. The Double Jeopardy round will begin right after this. Clues are worth $400 to $2,000 in these categories. Astronomy. Islands. Music class. Tough tunes. Conjunction junction. And world history. Let's get back into this now. You have control of the board. In 1979, these were discovered around Jupiter. Saturn has them too. Okay, player one. Good for you. Player one, pick again. The Milky Way is classified as this type of galaxy from the way its arms sweep around. Yes, player one? Yes. Player one, back to you for our next selection. This name for radio sources that are among the brightest and most distant objects in the universe was coined in 1964. Player one? Good for you. Player one, choose again. A list of this planet's moons, including Oberon and Titania, reads like a who's who of Shakespeare. Okay, player one. Yes. Please pick again, player one. Answer. The first of the two daily doubles. And you have the lead. You need to select your wager. Here is your clue. You can have a roaring good time watching this meteor shower that put on an historic show in 1833. Right. Player one, back to you for our next selection. This U.S. Commonwealth lies about 70 miles across the Mona Passage from the Dominican Republic. Player one? You got it. Player one, back to you. Hear me to start us off.
The indigenous name of this island, home to the famous Moai statues, is Rapa Nui.
Yes, player one? That is correct. Player one, you pick again, please. A chain of shoals known as Adam's Bridge stretches between India and this nation. Player one? That's correct. You get to pick again, player one. This large island's two highest peaks lie in the Maoke Mountains. Okay, player one. You got it. We return to you, player one. This large Italian island in the Mediterranean lies just 7 miles south of Corsica. Player one? Yep. You get to pick again, player one. On sheet music, this sign identifies the second line of the staff as the G above middle C. Let's hear it, player one. That's it. You again, player one. The name of this section of an orchestra comes from the Latin for a beating. Okay, player one. Good.
Yeah! Woo!
We return to you, player one. Let's take it over to Jimmy.
The guitarist here is playing one of these, defined as a combination of 3 or more notes.
Player one. Correct. Please pick again, player one. You may have studied these Chopin pieces whose name is French for studies. Okay, player one. Good.
Yeah!
You get to pick again, player one. Rachmaninoff wrote one on a theme of Paganini. Gershwin wrote one in blue. Player one. Yep. Player one, choose again. The godfather of soul, James Brown, can't dance because of these in his pants. Okay, player one. You got it. Select again. Vanessa Williams sang, "Just when I thought our chance had passed, you go and do this." Let's hear it, player one. You got it.
Yeah! Woo!
You again, player one. In a Michael Martin Murphey song, this title horse busted down its stall. In a blizzard he was lost. Player one. Hey, you're right. Player one, choose again. Neil Diamond sang that a woman from this state shines with her own kind of light. Yes, player one.
Yeah!
That's correct. Select again. In a Led Zeppelin tune, Robert Plant was packing his bags for these title mountains, familiar to Tolkien fans. Let's hear it, player one. That's it.
Yeah! Woo!
Player one. Pick again. This 2-letter word is also a Pacific Northwest state's postal abbreviation. Let's hear it, player one. Correct. Please pick again, player one. This conjunction comes before rain, heat, and gloom of night in the United States Postal Service credo. It's player one. Hey, you're right. Player one, you pick again, please. Take away an I from the end of a fabled Himalayan creature, and you get this conjunction. Yes, player one? You got it. We return to you, player one. This 3-letter conjunction is commonly replaced by a symbol in Jeopardy clues. Player one?
Yeah!
Yep. We return to you, player one. This conjunction is also the symbol for a poisonous element. Player one? Yep.
Yeah!
You again, player one. In 1071, the Seljuk Turks, who practiced this religion, defeated the Byzantine army at the Battle of Manzikert. Yes, player one? Hey, you're right. Player one, back to you for our next selection. An economic crisis forced this Indonesian leader to resign on May 21st, 1998, ending 32 years of autocratic rule. Let's hear it, player one.
Yeah!
Yep. We return to you, player one. Here's Jimmy with the clue.
A 1980 strike at this Gdansk shipyard led to the formation of this labor union. Within months, it represented 10 million Polish workers.
Yes, player one? No. Here's what we were looking for. Solidarity. Player one, you pick again, please. Answer. The other daily double. You are in first place. So, what's your wager? And the clue. This king of Aragon freed the Catalan serfs in 1486 and captured Granada in 1492. You got it. And the last clue for $2,000. Around 2500 BC, the Harappan civilization sprung up around this river in Pakistan and northwestern India. Yes, player one? Good. You will participate in Final Jeopardy right after this. Here comes the Final Jeopardy, players. The category is this. Animals. Please enter your wager. Here you are, players, the Final Jeopardy clue. The genus of this Asian animal is Ailuropoda, and its species name, appropriately, is Melanoleuca. What did you say? How much do you add to your total with that correct response? You've come out ahead as our champion, player one. So long, everybody.